Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be going through another one of these ancient coin 50 grade unboxings. These are all from NGC, and I think I've been learning so much and hopefully teaching you all a bunch about the ancient coin sort of grading scale, as well as a lot of the history that goes into it and what's behind them, and just sort of the great variety of designs that exist out there. But what I've got in my hand is the first of 173 coins. We've got 50 in here, and I think that it's too much to do like 100 in a video, so we're gonna do 50, and then I'll make intros for the rest, but there's gonna be another video of 50, and the remaining 73, 9 of which are ungraded. So let's open this thing up. There should be a fair amount of Alexander the Great drams in here, and so that's a pretty popular type, and will be great perspective in terms of unboxing that stuff. So I'm excited, let's head on over. So here we've got, this time it should be the Greek, but the 50 coins in front of us, and a very exciting group of unboxings with this 173 coin batch. I'm really interested in, again, 9 coins the last, so I did also a 143 coin unboxing, and there were 6 coins, 2 of which were fake, 2 of which were tooled, 1 of which was no decision, 1 of which was an ineligible type. And so I'm really interested to see. Oh, and interesting. It looks like there's 1 coin, or no, maybe 2 coins. Somehow this one slid over. But the coins seem a little bit more rattled in terms of their places here. So we'll just start going from start to back. I may not know the history on many of these coins quite as well. That one looks like a Parthian dram of maybe Phraates the 4th or 3rd. I would say that this one's pretty worn, so I would call it like a maybe choice fine. And it's going to be choice VF, which is much better, Phraates the 3rd. That's a pretty solid condition coin. The Parthians came after the Seleucids, who took over that area. This is like modern day Iran and the Persian Empire. This looks like a Menander coin, and on these I did check because I thought they were going to be like potentially up to the choice XF AU range. I don't think any of them hit that, but so I don't want to pretend like I do not know the grades when I kind of do. I think this is like choice VF or XF, and many of these from this group have been cleaned a little bit extensively, so they get that brushed terminology, but they're still solidly into the 3-figure range, which is great. Like, you know, a few hundred, and you can see some of those cleaning marks, like if this was a US coin. Also Menander, XF, brushed. Bactrian Kingdom is like Central Asia, so sort of like many of the Uzbekistan and the stands. This is a beautiful coin right here. I think it's an earlier ruler, forget which one, Antimachus, choice VF, brushed. Just fantastic artistry and type on that coin. Same thing right there, a choice VF, Menander, and I think that there's a few different portrait styles, so sometimes he's wearing like a Bactrian cap there, it's without that. And then we've got another one right here, XF, great shape with, again, good detail all through. This one, I don't know exactly why they would have, I should try to ask them so they can explain it in a future video. This one gets the wide graded encapsulation and holder, and so that one is going to be XF condition, it's brushed. And then right here, we've got what looks like another one of them. Super nice. XF condition. Then we've got some tetradrachms here. So looks like more Menanders. I think I'll let you decide on the grade. I want to say all of these were between VF and choice VF. This has good enough detail where I'm going to go, but then weak on the front. I'm going to say VF, not choice VF. This one will be VF. Nice. These are pretty expensive coins, as a heads up. That one, I'm going to say VF again. Choice VF, I'm really just guessing. I don't have a super good sense for it. That one's going to be choice VF. It's got a little bit bubbly surfaces, but very nice looking. And again, a little bit, you know, these are not super easy to come across. Choice VF, just fantastic types that I'm very proud to own. Beautiful. Menander tetradrachms. Okay, so after that, we've got some Alexander the Great bronzes. Choice fine. A little bit scratched up, but I would have guessed that this was a little bit nicer than that. Alexander the Great, of course, was who took over from the Persians. That one looks a bit better, maybe choice VF. Also choice fine. Wow, maybe that's not in as good of shape as I would have thought. Bow and quiver. Fantastic looking coin and a nice bronze unit. Not a super common coin. That one is also really nicely struck up. I'll guess choice fine again because the front looks a little weak. I guess that one's VF. Not that there's no rhyme or reason, but I don't know these super well. That one is a great looking Philip. That's the father of Alexander the Great, who again, largest kind of empire at that stage. I'm gonna say that one's maybe like choice VF. VF. The bronzes, grading bronzes can often feel a little bit tougher. That one has an A, P below, a little bit, but still the technical grade, I don't really know. That'll also be VF, which will result in solid. Those will be, I believe, profitable coins. And it looks like we're making our way over to the Alexander the Great or Alexander the Great type drams. That one looks VF to me, and it's going to be fine. So may have been a bit optimistic on some of these grades as well, but some very pleasing looking Alexander the Great drams. That'll probably be fine. That one's Philip III, the elder half-brother, I think, of Alexander the Great, who was kind of, other people used him as a puppet and kind of ruled over him, using him to stay in power. That one has a little bit of something on the edge, but I would say that's choice fine, and it is choice fine, and they're going to call that a scuff. Philip the Third, Philip Aridaeus, and then that one, I can't tell quite yet the difference between, well, maybe that just says Philippoi instead of Alexandroi. Let's see. This one is Philip III, choice fine. I think that does just say that's a lambda IPPOY versus, we'll try to find one with Alexandroi. That one appears to me to be like choice VG, choice fine, huh? And so yeah, then it does become Alexander the Great. Well, is Alexander the Great, that could be VF. It is? Nice. VF, Alexander the Great are often like $250, so that's a good, at least on eBay. Sometimes it depends where they're being sold. That one's in a little worse shape with some edge chips. I'm going to say that's like a VG. Fine. And very few of these are going to be the lifetime issue. That has a very nice star there on the bottom. I would say that's VF. Choice fine. Didn't quite get there. That's Lysimachus, which has got his inscription right there. Basileus Lysimachus. And then on this side, we've got, that's an interesting, like, inscription. Choice fine. Choice fine Alexander the Great drams look nice. They're going to be certainly above $100. I mean, I'm into them for in the range of, like, I think around $130, $135 a coin here. That should be VF. Choice fine. Let's see. That one might be a touch worse, but then technically it might be a nice, well-graded coin. I'm going to say choice fine. VF, yeah. It's a solid technical coin. Macedon kind of falls apart. There's Cassander, then there's a weaker time period. I think that's choice VF. Nice. Just got such good detail in the design. And that one could approach, at least on eBay, $300. That one's a little bit more rugged, but good detail, choice fine. VG. Okay, so they are going to say that that's pretty worn down, even if there's decent detail. VG, I'm probably going to lose a few bucks on that one, but I think I might have paid less than the 135. I think I paid 100 raw. This should be VG as well. Fine. That might be good. VG. Decent. I'll say that that one is also, that feels even a little worse. I'm going to say good. Yep. Okay, that's good with the test cut. Really worn coin. There's no chance I bought that last one for $100. That one would probably be fine. VG. So a few just cheaper examples here. That one has a little bit of incrustation on it. That will probably be a little unattractive, but not horrible. Fine. With a scuff. Great to get all these Alexander the Great drams. It's going to be good for the inventory. Probably some chip designation there. We'll say fine. VG, edge chip. That one looks like it's got some better detail on it, but it also could just be the patina. I'm going to say choice VG, choice fine. I'm getting confused and disoriented a little bit. That one looks like a choice fine, which it is. Just not quite enough detail for what seems like the VF. I'm hoping we get some XF. This one I wasn't sure. I once sold it for 140 and I told them, I'm not 1,000,000% sure it's real, so I'll grade it. I'm going to go VF. Choice fine. Would have been real, which is good. But now I have the full confidence that it is real. This one is going to be probably fine. VF. Whoa. So that one's VF. Interesting. I guess it just has really good detail. So that's kind of what is standing out in that example. That one's also... that one should be VF as well. No, that's not VF. I would say fine. Oh, it is VF. I need to stop looking at these things, but hopefully it's helpful just in terms of how you look at the coins, can pause it. I'll say choice fine. I feel like just a little bit of more detail in the hair would have elevated the grade on that one. And I'll guess that this one's like fine. Choice VF. This one's Ionian Miletus. A similar style, but interesting how that one becomes choice VF. I guess great detail in the nose, and maybe there's a little less hair to have wear on, so who knows, but that'll be a pretty good outcome. I'm glad about that. That one looks like it's more in the good range, VG, much more worn. Then this one here is probably, I would say that's like, I'm gonna go no, choice fine. VF. All the VFs are great. You know, those are like minimum $200 retail. Should be a little bit higher than that probably when selling to retail customers. Wholesale would be a little bit under that, but not much under it. Here's I'll go fine. VF. Wow. Fantastic. We've got a few more here. That one seems pretty nice, but a little more worn on that side. Fine is what I'm going to guess. And two more here. A little bit of a one style. That looks really nice to me. I'm going to say VF, choice VF. And it is going to be choice VF, but they're saying brushed, so a little bit too aggressive on the cleaning. Still a nice coin. Last but not least, really first in the batch, that'll be fine, I'll guess. Choice fine. So, more of a lesson in grading a few types of coins than anything else, but definitely a high value stack of silver ancient coins. Really pumped to get them in front of the camera. And we've got two more in this series. We've got a 50 coin unboxing and then a much larger one. So should be pretty exciting to get into that. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another one.